Hey everybody, I'm trying to turn off the tablet. I was on do the comments with the tablet, but I forgot to turn the volume off, so we'll leave that to the side for now. Welcome everybody to the live stream. It's just me tonight, but just to bring a little bit of the Sabrina experience into this, I do have a short pre-recorded video from almost 2 years ago when we first started the channel. It's really about a year and a half old, and I thought since it's Thursday, a popular thing is Throwback Thursdays, so I'll just play a small clip from that, and it's going to be the basis of this video tonight is tips on how to declutter. I know it's something that Sabrina and I really struggled with for a long time. It took us a long time to declutter, even from our small little apartment, 1,300 square foot apartment, to move into the motorhome. When we first started to downsize and declutter, it wasn't for the purpose of moving into a motorhome. We were downsizing to go into a smaller apartment or even like a one-bedroom studio. And then we came up with this idea. Well, we didn't come up with the idea to live in a motorhome, but we saw other people living in a motorhome, and we were like, oh, maybe we can do, move into the motorhome, which would downsize us, and get to use it for traveling and stuff like that. And then Sabrina had this opportunity for work that allowed her to travel full-time for work. So, I mean, it just really, really came together for us, and it just worked out. But we picked up a lot of tips along the way of how to downsize and declutter and things like that. So tonight I'm going to share some of those ideas. Just a quick update for the Winnebago Rally. Sabrina and I are going to be going on stage. Well, I don't know if it'll really be a stage. We'll have a tent. It's going to be, for us, it'll be July 24th at 9 a.m. So it's becoming a little bit more real and a little bit more scary all at the same time. So with that said, another cool thing now with the live videos, YouTube will keep your comments. So if anybody puts a comment on the live video, it will replay. I haven't seen it work yet. I don't know how it works yet, but apparently your comments will stay for the replays, which is really nice, because before they would all disappear and nobody had any idea what anybody was saying in the live. I can't see your comments just yet, but I will in a second. So let's start out with this Throwback Thursday. It's about 40 seconds long. It's a video that Sabrina and I did in August of 2016, I believe, when we were just starting out on YouTube. And apparently we were even goofy and odd then. So here it is. Hugging your items.
Anything.
So you hug your item, and if it brings you joy, you keep it. My stuff. You make me feel so wonderful. I think I'll keep you. If you feel nothing,
I don't even think we'd have anything in our house if I did that.
right. Sabrina feels no joy.
Oh my goodness.
So as you can see, even then we were goofy. I thought we became goofy from YouTube, but apparently we were goofy before we started YouTube. So I think I can get off this screen now, and I'll be able to see some comments, maybe, and we'll get started. So that was a real thing, a real suggestion was to actually hug one of your items, and if you felt some type of joy to it, you kept it, you held on to it. And if you would take that item and hold it and feel nothing from it, you get rid of it. And like Sabrina said, she feels no joy at all, so she had no problem letting go of things. Another tip was, what I found very useful is, because I had a lot of junk drawers in our apartment, is that you take some painter's tape to one of your junk drawers, and you tape over that drawer, and you write a date on it. Then and whatever the date is, that doesn't matter, I guess. So you write today's date. That's the important part. Write today's date on it, and tape that drawer shut. When you go back to that, if you noticed, a month, a week, well, a month, we'll say a month, 2 months, 3 months go down the road, and that tape had never been broken, then most likely whatever's in that drawer after 4 months time is truly junk and you don't really need it. And that could, you could downsize anything that's in that drawer. Pretty much anything in that drawer. Don't even pay attention to really what it is. Just get rid of it. If you didn't need it in 4 months or 6 months, you probably don't need it at all. And that was something that really helped me with my junk drawers. And we would even do that on some of our shelves. We would like put tape across the shelf, like a big X, and so that we couldn't access that shelf without breaking the tape. And if there were things on there, then and you didn't use it in 6 months, same thing, you could get rid of it. Sabrina also learned about what was called a 20-20 rule. If you have items that you can get for under $20 and or under 20 minutes, then they're items, especially like if you're trying to downsize into a motorhome, then they're items that you don't really necessarily need or have to have. Because if it's under $20 and you can just run out and go grab it for in under 20 minutes, I'm talking about cans of spray paint, things that you just wouldn't really need to have. They're not we tried not to hold on to items that were like someday items or what if items, especially if you could grab it in that quick of time. Lou, it was tough for us too. I mean, you spent 40 years collecting everything that, and then all of a sudden to turn around and say, all right, let's get rid of everything. It's really tough at first. And I think what really helped us too is we would just take one little section of the apartment at a time. It could even be a coffee table. I mean, some of our coffee tables were just loaded with junk. And we would just focus on that coffee table until it was completely clean. Or to a point that we were like, okay, we can move on from this coffee table. Let's take this little corner of the house now. Don't look at your whole, don't look at it like an entire garage and first floor of your house. Really, what helped us is that we would just take small sections at a time, get them to what we thought was perfect, and then come back and then hit them a second time, after we went throughout the whole house. So it is really, I mean, it's not an easy thing. We had trouble with it. Shane from DNS Adventures, we had a tough time getting rid of furniture, actually. We tried to sell furniture, and what we thought was nice furniture, apparently everybody else thought was junk. We actually wound up donating. We donated almost everything we owned because we couldn't find people that wanted to buy stuff from us. We tried to do like the Craigslist and friends come over to see if they wanted to purchase something, but nobody wanted anything of ours, and we wound up donating almost everything. Something else is photos and digital today. I mean, it's just so easy to take pictures of things, and the minimalists say this a lot, that our attachments to items aren't really so much the item. Like if you just have a photo of it, something to remember that photo, our memories are in us and not in those objects. So Sabrina and I did a lot of that. Things that we really like, we took a photo of, and then we actually put a lot of our photos, instead of on picture frames and things like that, into a digital form, one of those sliding digital photo displays. So it holds thousands of photos, whereas before we would only see, you'd only see the same photos that you got hanging up. Now with it in a digital form and a sliding motion on that frame, we get to see all of the photos we have, and it changes from day to day. You always catch different photos, from one day to another day that you didn't notice before. Alice and family members are tough too. Luckily, it was just Sabrina and I, and we were both on board with the idea. Yeah, I would say anybody who's having trouble, if you're already committed to this idea of downsizing and decluttering, and for like really super awesome tips, these guys, I can't remember their names. I know it's Ryan and somebody, but they're called the Minimalists, and they have a podcast, and they really helped us get through a lot of the decluttering. They had a lot of great ideas. That 20-20 rule, that's from them, and they have they do what's called a game, which is a very difficult game, but it's, you base it off the month. On day one of the month, you donate one thing or you give away one thing. Day 2, it's 2 things. Day 3, it's 3 things. By the end of the month, on day 30, you have to figure out 30 items that you're getting rid of. It's a fun little game. Ryan and Joshua. Thank you very much, Shane. I couldn't remember Joshua's name. But those guys are awesome. They've been doing this for a really long time. They have great ideas, and they're just great to listen to, just to keep on track and keep on motivated. Sabrina and I continue, even today, we still listen to them, and a couple months ago we went to go see one of their live shows. So that men's game is really good. It's a great motivator. I feel like even if you don't hit the goal every day, these guys probably want to tell you this, but even if you don't hit that goal every day, day 1 is easy, day 2 is easy, even all the way up to day 10 is easy to donate stuff, 10 items in a single day. But when you hit 30, that's not easy. That's not easy at all. So, but I think even if you try, you get as far as you can in that month, and then if you fail, you just start over again with the next month. Something that I wish I knew where we heard this one from, for clothes. Sabrina had a lot of clothes in her closet, and I actually had a lot of clothes in my closet, even though I wind up wearing the same clothes over and over again, is any clothes that you put on a hanger, face them all in one direction. And then as you start wearing your clothing, hang them back into the closet facing the other direction. After 6 months, whichever clothes are still facing the original direction, they can probably go, because you're not wearing those clothes. You're not getting much use out of them. They've been sitting, if it's been 6 months and they're all still facing the same direction. In 6 months, you didn't wear that shirt or those pants or whatever it may be. That was a good one for me. I got rid of tons of clothes that way. Let's see. What else is on my list here? Tape a drawer. Taking ways, one area at a time. The men's game. Actually, that's all that's all I wrote down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 items. I would like anybody else that has suggestions to put them in the chat here, especially if this is going to work where YouTube says these chats, that the chat message will stay going for the replay. The men's game, one area at a time. Wow. I talk too fast. I thought this would take 25 minutes. It's only been 13. Well, this might be our shortest live video ever. Keep talking, that is short. I know. I talk too fast. I'm going to have to slow it down. Like when Sabrina and I do this thing for in July for Winnebago, it's like I think we get 50 minutes to an hour. I definitely need to slow my voice down. I don't know if this is a good speed or not, but I don't know if I can talk this slow. If anybody's ever met me in person, I talk very fast in person too. But so does Sabrina. As fast as I talk, Sabrina talks even faster. We tried selling things. Allison asked if we tried selling things online, and we did, but it didn't go too well. We did Craigslist, mostly Craigslist. Like, we didn't try eBay or anything like that, but maybe that would have worked out better. People on Craigslist just seemed kind of flaky. We would say, we're selling a shot glass case, filled with shot glasses, $5 for the case and all the shot glasses in it. And somebody would be like, somebody would say that they were interested. We'd go to meet them, and they would never show up. So eventually, we just switched to donating or even giving things away on Craigslist. And there was another one called Free Cycle or Free. Sabrina would remember. I can't remember. She has to keep up with you. No, I'm telling you, Lou, it's her. Sabrina talks fast. I don't think I've always used to talk fast, but it's just same. It's just what I do now to keep up with her. I'll go through some of the comments here. Well, Keisha, Craigslist is very sketchy, but Sabrina and I met on Craigslist, so that actually maybe makes it even more sketchy. I don't know. Let Go. I've heard of Let Go. And all these things, I mean, I say in the video too, unless, for some people, I guess you have a time frame and you're trying to like downsize by this certain date, that probably makes things maybe I don't know if that makes it easier or more difficult, but I remember like when we were first starting to downsize and declutter, we had no set date. We weren't planning on moving into the RV, and we were just taking our time with it. And like I said, we would kind of do it in waves. We would go through the apartment one time and then go back and go through it another time. But I guess if we had a time frame, maybe that would have motivated us a little bit more, and it wouldn't have taken 2 years. So that is all my suggestions. 15 minutes is good. Let me go through. I'll go through these comments real quick. It's so much easier with Sabrina here because she'll read the comments and then I can just keep on rambling. But I've noticed when she's not here, I get very distracted by the comments going by and I lose my train of thought. Somebody asked where we're in Indiana right now, but not for too much longer. We're leaving soon, and we're going to try to head south and get a little warmer. Yeah, and that's Shane had a good point too. I mean, even if you sell things for less than you really wanted to, at least you got something for them, and they're out of and they're out of your hair. You're making progress that way. So I think that's all I have for tonight. Short video. Hopefully you enjoyed it without Sabrina being here. It's just me, but I do appreciate everybody stopping in. I love these live chats, and we'll be back next Thursday. I saw that, Lou. You guys are getting tons of snow. Yeah, we're not heading east. We'll try to avoid you as best as we can. It's cold here, Doug. It's today was a high of 31, so it's definitely cold. How's your RV repair business doing? I'm actually not doing any repairs or anything like that, Marty. I took the class and I started setting up the business, and then decided that it's just not for me as far as going around doing inspections and things like that. I do the blogging for Winnebago, and I'm now going to start doing videos for Winnebago. That's part of the reason why we're going down south. I need a little bit of warmer weather to shoot a video for them, and they actually have another video lined up to shoot for them also. So I'm going to try to push the writing, videos, and things like that, plus take care of our own RV. 70s in Vegas. Yeah, we need to go somewhere warmer. Everybody's in warm weather but us. I don't know. You would think living in a motorhome, you go where the warm weather is. But unfortunately, with Sabrina's work, we just kind of have to go where her work is. And it just seems like they need us the most in the coldest climates. So that is it. I know I've said it 3 times now, but that's it for real this time. So take care, everybody. We appreciate you guys stopping in. Like, dislike, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Find us on Instagram. We post stuff on Instagram a decent amount of time, pictures of Belle and locations that we're at and things that we're up to. So that is it. I'm a mess without Sabrina, I'm telling you. It's so much easier with her here. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye.